Hello again, collectors. So today we're going to take a look at the Konami Mazda Eunos Roadster. Many of you might know this car as the Mazda MX5 Miata, but it actually was badged as a Eunos Roadster in Japan. The first generation Miata, I'm going to still call it a Miata because that's the car I owned. And it came out, it came out in 1989, and it was basically a retro car. You know, Mazda looked at the old Lotus Elan, Triumph Spitfire, MGBs, all those old British cars that kind of failed. I think mainly because of reliability issues. But they made a reliable version of their own, and obviously it still exists today. Very successful car. I think it's the most popular selling sports car of all time. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. But I decided to buy this because even though Mini GT is coming out with their own version of this car, or maybe it's already out by now, I'm not sure. I wanted to see what this is going to compare against when I do get that Mini GT one. Also, the Mini GT one might have moving headlights, which I know I'm going to hate the panel gaps on that, so that's why I thought I'd pick this up. So I've never seen this box before. Konami Car of the 80s, Edition Blue. So were there other editions, like a red edition, that kind of thing? So I'm not sure how many of these were in there, but you can obviously see there's a CRX here. Or no, that's a Civic. It's not a CRX, my bad. Let's see if there's like a price or a date on this thing. Look, it's 450 yen, so this is less than $5 whenever it came out. What the heck would it have calories here for? Oh, there must have been like a piece of gum or something in this box. Alright. Look, alright, so we got these other cars here. Celica GTR. Fairly Z. I do have a video on that, or will be coming out soon. I already have this one. There's a video on this already. I don't have that, but I have an Inno64, which I know is going to be better. And I don't have this. I have an Aoshima Safiro. Interesting. Maybe I'll get some of these other ones if they come up cheaply. I still haven't seen a date, though. A date of manufacture. Colorways, color choices. You can see this bar here with the different colors. So there was a red and a blue version of this Eunos Roadster. No, there's licensing, but no date here. So unfortunately, we don't know how old this thing is. Yeah, sorry. If you see it on the box here, please leave a comment, but I don't see it off the top of my head. Alright. So it came in a blister pack, but I already took it off here, and it came on this stand. NA6, alright, body code. You know, unfortunately there is no date here on the bottom. The older Konamis do say a year, but not this one. So it does have your standard Konami tires, some treads and stuff like that. You know what, before I forget, let's just put it up against these photos and see how it looks. So the first thing that's off for me is the wheels. I mean, they are 7 spokes like those. They're just, the spokes are too narrow. They're not like this voluptuous kind of spoke here, whereas these are much too narrow. But it's nice to see that they have an attempt of a mirror. It's not a separate piece. It's like a blob of the die-cast. So not the best looking mirrors, but they're there. Let's see about the back view here. We got some lensed lights, and they do look pretty accurate, so that's good. And it's kind of also weird that they chose to do the top-up version. Why would you make a convertible, a model of a convertible with the top up? It's a strange decision on Konami's part, and I'm pretty sure Konami has done convertibles where the top is down, so it's like, it's not like they can't do it. It's just strange. So speaking of the top here, it's not a separate piece. It's literally part of the casting. It's just painted black, and it's got paint rash galore, so it's definitely an old model. It's got some raised wiper blades, but they're not painted. The silvers are right, but look at this giant paint bubble there. Alright, so that's definitely bad. So this must be the Eunos badge here in the front. It's not a Mazda badge. So Eunos, I think, might have been a line of cars by Mazda. It's like a sub-brand. This panel gap is horrible. It's I'm guessing maybe the nose, yeah. It's a separate piece. On the side, the seam's fine. But here, that's a horrible seam. So I guess this nose must be made of plastic. Okay. Well, just blank, no texture in there. Okay, but the real Miata didn't have a grill. From my recollection, it just led right to the radiator, so I guess it doesn't need to be a texture in there. Now, are these separate lenses? Yeah, they are, so that's pretty nice. These are separate clear plastic lenses, so that's good. Alright, so the side markers here, we got orange paint, and then red paint. The door handle does stick out a little bit. And we got this body groove here casted in. Pretty wide panel gaps. I mean, my dental pick is fully inside that groove, so wide panel gaps for sure. Even the door one's pretty wide. Yeah, look at the close-up of the wheels here. So they're blanked off. It looks like there's an attempt of a disc rotor back there. It's like 2 steps here, but these spokes just don't look at all. The wheel just doesn't look at all like the real car. So that's unfortunate. And there's some black paint around the windows for the molding. But yeah, these blobby Hot Wheels style mirrors aren't doing it for me. Okay, going around to the back, there's a blanked off exhaust tip, which I can kind of understand is a pretty small exhaust. But the taillights, clear lenses, interesting. They're kind of loose, you know. I kind of feel like they could have been made wider. I mean, that's a big gap. Look at that. I got the whole pick inside there. So the molding of this piece of clear plastic is just way too small. There's no reason for it to be that small. But it is nice that they painted behind it the orange and the red of the taillight. Third brake light, Eunos Miata maybe, or Roadster. I think that says Roadster. So, okay. Fuel filler door. I know that's too small. That's a better panel gap up top. Some sort of I forget what those are. I think they hold the tonneau down. Alright, so it's gonna just be a black interior, typical kind of 1/64 scale interior, molded details, but you can't see anything without a flashlight. Stick shift. Yeah, okay. I guess that's acceptable. The amount of detail going on in there is fine. Okay, well, so if you don't absolutely love this car, I would say this is a pass. Wait until Mini GT comes out with theirs. It's going to be better than this. Just the pre-production photos has more realistic wheels than this. So, yeah. I got this because I actually used to own a first generation Miata, so I feel like compelled to have every casting of it. But it's definitely, you know, paint quality is an issue. This model is pretty old. I imagine it's probably at least 10 years old if I had to guess. But yeah, quality is not up to par of today's 2020 plus standards here. So yeah, okay. Well, that's my summary of that. Let's pull it up next to a couple other Miatas here. Now, before I pull out the solar spinner, here's the 3rd generation Miata. This is some unknown brand. I have a video on it. It's really well done. I mean, there's a tiny antenna there. That's why I leave it on the base. The paint is nice. The wheels are nice. This one has a disc brake system back behind those black wheels. Hopefully you can see some of it. In the interior, multiple colors. But more importantly, the top is down. I mean, it's a convertible, right? You want to see the inside of a convertible. And look at the dashboard. It's got some extra red and printing on the center console. So this is a superior, awesome model. I got this one off AliExpress. If you're interested, just look up Miata or Eunos or MX5 or something. But you can see, obviously, the sizes are very comparable. So it makes sense. It's just like a body restyle. Unfortunately, there's no 2nd generation, to my understanding, from a premium brand. If anyone knows of a 2nd generation Miata or Roadster, please let me know, because I definitely want to fill out my collection. Now, Kyosho here does a fourth generation, and so again, the proportions are very similar. This is a great model again. In the fact that the matter is, there's no top up, right? So you can see the interior. So this Kyosho one's good. If you like Miatas, you might want to pick that up. Alright, so I'm going to let this go for a spin for now. But what I'm thinking is I might do a wheel swap, because these wheels are pretty horrible. And I know that the Mini GT one's going to have proper wheels, so I don't feel a need to have original wheels on this one, considering they don't look original anyways. So I have this Inno64, it came with a second wheel set. I think this came off the Hakatora Advan truck. Sorry if it's not. There we go. So they're the Watanabe F8s. I don't like black wheels, so I think I'm going to take the tires off and paint these silver. Well, I looked further into the box and this piece of paper was in there, so it does say here 2006. So that's a pretty old model. And then there actually is an edition red, which again is probably 2006. And there's a Nissan POW. I'm assuming that's a GTR of some sort. Not sure what that would be. But anyways, so there's at least 2 editions of these things. And they're from 2006. So now, looking at the wheels, here we go. We got those, I painted them silver. And I think the car looks, well, the model looks a lot better. You know, if you look behind here, that's a real car, and yeah, not bad. I'm not sure if I'm going to repaint this car ever. You know, that paint blistering's so bad, but if I do repaint it, I'm going to lose all the badging. You know, the Eunos badging, and the stuff on the rear there. So I guess for now, just leave it alone. But at least the wheels do look a lot better. Okay, well, thanks for watching again. We'll see you in the next one.